friends. I'm so excited to be with you today. I hope that you had a good time last week with Mrs. Khan. And this week I'm going to be with you, and we are going to be talking about fairy tales and nursery rhymes and doing all sorts of fun things. But what do we do when we sit down for circle time? What's the first thing we do? We sing our bubblegum song. So let's get started now. And I'm going to pretend that you're all in a circle with me here. And how many friends do we have in our classroom? 15. So let's count 15 friends. And here we go. Let's sing bubblegum. Let's get a good beat going. Bubblegum, bubblegum in a dish. How many pieces do you wish? Okay, so instead of counting, my friends, I'm going to say hello and good morning to each of you. Good morning, Sadie. Good morning, Connor. Good morning, Patrick and Liza and Matthew. Good morning, Arpie and Rachel and Ivy. Good morning, Levi and Avery and Cameron. Good morning, Cole and Will and Hallie. We are so excited to be with you today. Okay, let's get started. This week, we are going to be talking about fairy tales and nursery rhymes. Now, I know you guys know many examples of fairy tales and nursery rhymes, and I'm going to read you this morning one of my favorites. It's called Jack and the Beanstalk. I'm sure many of you know it. Here it is. So get comfortable while I read. Jack and his mother were so poor they never had enough to eat. One morning, they had nothing left at all. "You'll have to take the cow to the market and sell her," Jack's mother said sadly. On the way, Jack met a strange little man. "I'll give you these for your cow," said the little man, holding out 5 wrinkly dried beans. "I need money, not beans," said Jack. "Ah, but these are magic beans," said the little man. "If you plant them, they will grow into a beanstalk so tall that it touches the sky." "Amazing," said Jack. He gave his cow to the little man, took the beans, and ran off home. But when he got home, he was in trouble, big trouble. "What have you done?" his mother said. "Jack, we need money, not beans," cried his mother, and she threw the beans out the window. Oh no, Jack's in big trouble. Poor Jack went to bed hungrier and gloomier than ever. What were they to do? In the morning, even his room seemed gloomy. His room seemed gloomy? Just a minute. Outside his window was a big, giant beanstalk, so tall it touched the sky. Look, do you see what's outside his window? Look at that. The little man was right, thought Jack. He scrambled onto the giant beanstalk and climbed up, up, and up. And there, at the top, he found a giant castle with a giantess in front of it. Jack gulped. Then his tummy rumbled. Do you think he was nervous? "Excuse me," he called out. "Please, could you spare some breakfast?" He wasn't nervous. He was hungry. His tummy was rumbling because he was hungry. The giantess picked him up. "My husband munches and crunches little people like you," she said. "I'll give you breakfast, but you better be gone before my husband gets home." She whisked Jack inside and set him down next to an enormous crusty loaf. Breakfast had never tasted so good. Look, he's eating that big loaf of bread. Is he happy? He's pretty happy. But then, stomp, stomp, stomp. "Quickly, hide in there!" The giantess stuffed Jack into a pot, just as the giant strode into the kitchen. "Fee, fi, fo, fum! I smell the blood of an Englishman! Be he alive or be he dead, I'll grind his bones to make my bread." Oh no. "Where is he?" demanded the giant, and he started to search the table. "You're imagining things," said his wife. "Eat up your breakfast while I bring your hen." She returned with the hen and put it on the table. "Lay," commanded the giant. Clink! The bird laid a gleaming golden egg. Do you see it? With a grunt, the giant closed his eyes and began to snore. The giantess lifted Jack out of the pot. "Run for your life," she whispered, but Jack had his eyes on the hen. Oh boy, what's Jack gonna do next? He grabbed the hen and fled for the door. The bird let out a squawk, which woke the giant, who saw Jack and let out a furious roar. Jack dived out of the door and onto the beanstalk with the giant hot on his heels. Oh no, he better get down that beanstalk quickly. Do you see him? Jack scrambled down the beanstalk as fast as his legs would carry him. "What's going on?" shrieked his mother from below. "Is that a giant?" "Just bring the axes," Jack cried. What do you think they're going to do with the axe? Think about it. Jack and his mother chopped and chopped at the beanstalk. It creaked and it wobbled, then it toppled over sideways. The giant was flung far over the hills. They never saw him again. Look what they did. They chopped down the beanstalk. As for Jack and his mother, they lived happily ever after. Each morning, the hen, remember the hen that Jack took, laid a golden egg, so they grew rich. And Jack never climbed another beanstalk. You see his mother and Jack here? Are they hungry anymore? No, they're not. The end. Well, you know what I thought it would be fun to do? Why don't we plant our very own beanstalk? I'm hoping that at home, maybe you have some potting soil. Do you see this? I have some dirt. And maybe you have some beans, any beans. These are lima beans. Can you see it? These are lima beans. But maybe your mom and dad in their pantry have any kind of bean that will work. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a cup, and it can be any cup you want. You can do it in a glass jar, whatever you want. And I am going to put some dirt. I'm gonna take my dirt and I'm gonna pour a little dirt in my cup. Then I'm gonna take about maybe, let's see, 6 beans. You see them? And I'm gonna put them right in the dirt. Then I'm gonna take a little bit more dirt. I'm gonna pour it on top. Get it all in there. Oh, I'm making a mess and that's okay. So look, does everybody see? Then I have a little bit of water that I put in here, and I'm gonna give it a little bit of water, right? Because what do seeds need in order to grow? They need sun and they need water. So I'm gonna put my beans right in the window where the sun can shine on it. And what do you think is gonna happen? If everybody wants to do this at home, we can take pictures and we can post it so that others can see, and we can see how tall our beanstalk can grow. I don't know how tall mine's gonna grow, but I'm hoping really tall. So I'm hoping that each of you can do it. And if you can't do it at home, that's okay. You can watch pictures of what we do. You can see. So it was so fun being with you today. We are so excited to come up with new things. Some days we'll have songs, we'll have stories each day, and different topics that we go over that we can do together. All right, we miss you all, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.